Wear the extraordinary. Be with Taekwondo.
안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to a brand new week on the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-history, K-diplomacy, K-everything. And joining me today is my co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa, and hello to everyone joining us today on the Culture Wave. I'm your co-host Bella, filling in for Walter today, and of course here to update you all on the latest K-entertainment news.
And we're also joined by Arirang's culture correspondent, but not here in the studio.
Right.
So this week, we take a closer look at the bilateral relationship between Korea and France, marking its 140th anniversary next year. That's why we connect to our culture correspondent, Park Kon-woo, who joins us now from France. Kon-woo, bonjour. Where exactly are you?
Bonjour, Soa and Bella. I am currently in a small village near me, Nice, a major city in southern France. It is a historical Mediterranean city known for its coastline and its long association with many artists and writers as well. And currently I'm actually outside a place called Gite, which is a holiday home or a cottage in France, usually for visitors just like me. So during the live show, you might be hearing many roosters cockle-doodle-dooing.
Oh, would love to hear that. I mean, it's probably around 6 a.m. there. That's why it's still dark outside. But Kon-woo, really, Nice is a beautiful cultural hub, right, Bella?
Right. And speaking of culture, so as we're just months away from the 140th anniversary of bilateral relations, what would you say are some culture exchanges that are taking place?
Yes, so Bella, there are several cultural events, especially in the art scene, that are on the way to celebrate the milestone. In France, one standout is an art exhibition called Kulture, taking place at the Korean Cultural Center in Paris, showcasing many pieces by Korean artists, including Kim Chang-yeol and Park So-bo, renowned figures in Korean contemporary art. The exhibition is hosted through a collaboration among several art organizations from both countries, including the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art Korea and Foundation Fiminco. Already more than 5,000 guests have visited the exhibition so far, and the number is expected to grow as it runs through next August. And next year, another big standout at one of France's largest cultural festivals, the Festival d'Avignon. Korean has been selected as the official guest language, the first time any Asian language has received this honor. And this designation carries great significance as it will put the spotlight on Korean culture through the official invitation of Korean theater, dance, and even performance works. And other than these, many more events are lined up next year to mark the milestone. And it's not just France. In Seoul, a special exhibition is underway at the Seoul Arts Center, featuring artworks by Paul Cézanne and Auguste Renoir from the Musée d'Orsay and Musée de l'Orangerie until late January. It's actually the first time these works have been displayed in Korea, and to ensure their safety, the paintings were even flown in on 4 separate aircraft, showing just how valuable this collaboration is. And an expert I spoke to highlighted the significance of the occasion.
I think for the museum, it's very important to show what they have. They need to bring their art to the world much more than they used to do. Because museum is you have to go there to see a museum. There is a strong centralization of art in a museum where kind of symmetry, like very dead. And so to bring piece of art outside in the world is to make them reborn.
But it's not just these events that are strengthening the bond between the two countries, as there are more to come. An official at an art gallery based in Paris that I met has hinted at what some of the upcoming collaborations are.
We are currently, working and organizing ourselves on how to potentially be an actor of this particular celebration next year. Looking to collaborate with local curators, galleries, finding ways of showing artists with Korean artists, creating bridges between cultures, between continents, bringing together different actors together through art.
And Konu, it's not just the arts field in which we're expecting collaborations. Where else?
Right. So while Korea has currently been dominating with Korean movies and dramas, one French film director says there's more to come between the two countries to work together.
The French embassy recently, I think they organized some meeting between young Korean filmmakers and French producers. So the way is a co-productions between France and Korea. The French industry of film is very famous for very international co-productions, but very few things are made with Korea.
He added he's also currently working with Korean cinema and expects even more projects down the road, especially as both sides are keen on preserving the traditional film industry. And meanwhile, the World AI Film Festival Seoul 2026, which originally began in Nice, will take place in Seoul next March. Awards will be given in categories, including Best AI Short Film.
Right, and I heard it's not just major cities like Seoul and Paris that are seeing these culture exchanges.
Right. So what actually surprised me the most is the growing interest in Korean culture across smaller cities in France. Thanks to K-content, more people are learning Korean than ever before. Korean language schools have opened across cities big and small, including a city called Dijon, a city of just 150,000 people.
안녕하세요. 저는 구슬입니다. 저는 10살이에요. I already tried Korean food and I love it. But I want to experience Korean university.
27 years ago, when I first came, nobody really knew about Korea. Now, when we have a Korean Food Week here, it's one of the most popular events in this city. These days, thanks to K-pop and K-dramas, their pronunciation is good. Now, around 40 schools are learning Korean as either their second or third language. And last year, my fellow teachers and I wrote the first public Korean textbook for high school use.
She added that there will be many cultural events taking place in Dijon each month next year, including the ones related to Korean food and even Korea's Confucian culture. And overall, Korea and France plan to carry their partnership into next year, with President Macron expected to visit Korea by expanding cooperation beyond culture to include science and technology, the economy, and even education, building on the momentum created this year.
All right, Konu, thank you for that extensive coverage all the way from France. Au revoir.
Merci, Konu.
Merci.
Time now for some K-entertainment news with Bella Kim. Bella, you reported on the NewJeans ADOR. I'm not going to call it a conflict anymore, a lawsuit and also related issues last week. And all legal matters between the two sides now seem to be over.
That is correct. The first instant ruling has been finalized as all members of NewJeans have given up their appeals in the lawsuit they filed against ADOR. Members of NewJeans did not submit their appeal documents to the court by midnight of November 14th, which was actually the deadline for appeals. As a result, the first instant ruling that the exclusive contracts between NewJeans and ADOR are valid has been finalized. Previously, NewJeans members have expressed their intention to return to ADOR, and the agency is currently coordinating individual meetings with the members to ensure smooth discussions.
Well, the fans must be excited to now hear from their comeback stories and no lawsuits stories anymore. And Bella, our next story is also on a girl group which performed on a big stage.
aespa captivated local viewers by appearing on the U.S. program Amazon Music Live. The group appeared on the program broadcast live from Los Angeles on November 13th local time, delivering distinct music and powerful performances that showcase their global presence. Amazon Music Live is Amazon Music's annual live concert series that began in 2022 and has hosted world-renowned musicians like Snoop Dogg, Ed Sheeran, and Green Day. aespa performed a total of 10 songs on the program, including global mega hits like Next Level, Supernova, and Whiplash. Meanwhile, the group are currently on their third world tour, 2025 aespa Live Tour Sync Access Line.
So proud to see them thrive abroad.
Right.
And finally, we're going to talk about a film that you've mentioned on the show before, Bella.
Yes, a Korean-Japanese director Lee Sang-il's latest film, Gokuho, has surpassed 10 million viewers within just 102 days of its release. This is a remarkable record as he is the first Korean to direct Japanese film that surpassed 10 million admissions. The film is also the second live-action Japanese film in history to reach 10 million viewers and currently holds the second highest box office record for live-action films. Gokuho, based on the novel of the same name, depicts the lifelong rivalry between two men striving to reach the pinnacle of their art. And director Lee actually held a press conference last week for the Korean release where he explained the inspiration behind creating a film about onnagata, male kabuki actors who play female roles. He said that after filming The Devil's Path, he became interested in the real-life onnagata and actors and wanted to make a film featuring them. Gokuho will premiere in Korea November 19th.
Such an impressive record by director Lee, and I'll try to catch it in the theaters. Thank you very much, Bella, for those updates. Stick around.
Will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor, Arirang, for more on the culture front. Arirang?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. A special exhibition of the Igoni collection, featuring artworks amassed by the late Samsung Chairman Lee, opened over this past weekend at the Smithsonian's National Museum of Asian Art in Washington, D.C. It is the first time the collection is being showcased outside of Korea. Co-organized by the National Museum of Korea, the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, and the Neo Museum of Art, the exhibition presents 330 works, including 7 national treasures. Highlights include Inwang Taesekdo by renowned Joseon era painter Jung Son, and Wodin Seokbo, a 15th century Korean Buddhist scripture. The National Museum of Asian Art said it is the largest exhibition of Korean art ever held at the museum, calling it a rare opportunity to experience the richness and depth of Korean art. Korea's largest gaming exhibition, G-Star, attracted more than 200,000 people after a successful 4-day run. This year's edition featured around 3,270 booths across both business-to-consumer and business-to-business sections, with the B2B hall drawing nearly 2,200 buyers. Main sponsor NCSoft unveiled 5 new titles, while Korea's top industry players, including Google Korea and Netmarble, offered a diverse range of programs garnering strong interest from game enthusiasts. The Seoul Independent Film Festival, Korea's largest showcase of independent cinema, kicks off next Thursday. This year's festival received over 1,800 submissions, which is more than 100 films compared to last year and the highest total on record. Of these, 127 films have been selected for screening. The opening film is Dear You, Unrelated, a collaborative project by directors Kim Tae-young, Son Gu-young, Lee Mi-rang, and Lee Jong-soo. They brought together 3 short films that reimagine the lost final scene of the 1955 movie, The Widow, directed by Korea's first female filmmaker, Bang Nam-ho. The festival runs through December 5th at CGV Apgujeong and CGV Cheongdam Cinecity. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Korea is a country that made me grow. Those are the proud words of a foreign guest docent or guide at the National Museum of Korean Contemporary History, who was known for knowing Korean history better than Koreans. But recently, he has been naturalized as a Korean himself. It's Erkhembayar Tserendorj, or Park Young-gwang, that's also his Korean name. So welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. It's an honor to be here.
Good afternoon. So first and foremost, we're very happy to have you on this show. And I heard that you are also a devoted viewer of the Culture Wave. Why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers once more?
Yes, good afternoon. That's right. I'm really a big fan of K-Culture Wave and really wondered when I could be in this program. But finally, today is the day and I'm really happy to be in here. My name is Erkhembayar Tserendorj and my Korean name is Park Young-gwang. I came to Korea 15 years ago and I became a Korean citizen 3 years ago, and it's really to pay a honor here. It's really be an honor to, and thank you for inviting me.
We're really happy to, have you watching our show on a regular basis, and now having you in the studio. So, how do you feel when you hear people say that you know Korean history even better than Koreans? Although now you are a Korean as well. I'm really appreciative and grateful that although I was born in Mongolia, but after coming to Korea, naturalizing with people and also be close with Korean people, that makes me more Korean. And especially I went to Korean elementary, middle school, and high school, and that makes me more close to local people, and that's why I'm feeling more closer with the Korean people.
Oh, definitely, yes. From elementary to high school, of course. And as a docent or guide of National Museum of Korean Contemporary History, what do you usually explain, or where are the visitors usually mainly come from?
Yes, our museum covers from the contemporary modern history from 19th century, which the Korea was open port to the world, and until today's moment. So, and mostly I'm doing guide from the Mongolian speakers. Why? Because the Mongolian people wants to know how Korea was able to develop in a short period of time, which means the rapid economic development. And not only doing to Mongolian guests, but also I'm doing English-speaking countries and also for Russian-speaking countries. And especially this year, as we know, the Korea's liberation of 80 years of liberation, and that's why so many people are visiting our museum and explore and trying to explain in Mongolian, in Korean, in Russian.
Wow, Mongolian, Korean, and Russian, and English, I believe, right?
Of course,
yes. In English.
Yes. And as so I briefly mentioned before too, I'm sure you know more about Korean history than I do. So I do want to hear about a little explanation about this National Museum of Korean Contemporary History, because of course you're the guide there right now. So please introduce for us.
Yes, our museum was opened in 1220, and as you just mentioned, there were covers the contemporary and modern history. You might hear that what has happened during the 18th century Tonga Peace movement and March 1st movement, and also the rapid Korean development. So the things which we learned from the book or in the video, we can explore and deeply in our museum. And also, not only that, but also both Koreans and international people are open to visit our museum. And then our museum has a really beautiful view in the 8th floor that we can see the round of the city and also look many things at our museum. So if you have a chance, I'd really welcome to our museum and we'll wait for you.
Wow.
And we're going to get a tour by you as well.
Yes.
I'll do the tour, yes.
So from what kind of countries do visitors come usually then?
Usually mostly they come from Mongolia, and mostly recently coming a lot of English-speaking countries, as I mentioned before, and also from Russian-speaking, and also from Europe, from North America, South America, all over from the world.
Okay, Young-gwang, now please tell us how you became a museum guide. How did it all start for you?
It's a really interesting story that 7 years ago, I was a student of Korea University. Actually, my major is political science and international relations. And my friend saw a poster that they're recruiting the foreign guests docent, and my friend immediately shared to me. I was given my application and prepared the selection process and passed then. I'm doing this docent things since 2019, January 1st until today.
Okay, so could you tell us a little bit more about what it takes to become a docent at a history museum? So how do you prepare for that, and also how long does it take?
Yes, so looking back to the time, it was not actually easy, because I came to Korea while I was 12 years old, and I learned Korean for 1 year. But the Korean which I learned for 1 year is not the academic; it's just we're using the daily life Korean. But after entering to the Korean elementary school, it was really like not easy, it was challenging. And I feel that should I give up or should I abandon? But I decided no, I should do this because I'm the person who have the big dream to realize in Korea, and I have the Mongolian background, and also in Korea, I can do multiple things. That's why I started going forward, and also studying without any abandon. So while I was in high school, I taken the Korean history proficient test. I received level 3, but that was not finished. I decided to move forward, and in 2019, after 2 times attempt, I received the level 1st. Wow. The Korean history provision status, we know 한국사 검증력 시험. And not just only the exam, but also I like to see the museum, also read some historical material books. So that's why it became, prepare all the way to become a docent in the museum.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yes, a lot of efforts definitely put into it. And I know you've been in Korea for, a while, but I'm sure as a foreigner, there has to be some kind of difficulties or challenges that you've faced while studying Korean history. So were there any challenges?
Yes, actually the biggest challenge is all the history materials, the academic vocabulary. So at that time, it was difficult for me to learn all the things, but thanks to my friends, thanks to my teachers, thanks to my all Korean neighbors, I was able to know from A to Z, and really want to thank all my friends to become, as today's me, as a foreign docent.
So, Young-gun, since you've been here in Korea for some time now, what about Korea's culture or Korea's tradition do you love the most?
The most thing I really love about Korea is how the Korean people's love and tongue. I came to Korea when I was 12 years old, and it was not easy to adapt to Korean society. But there was a moment that I really wanted to give up or stop all the things. But thanks to my support from my family and also my Korean relatives, friends, and teachers, they showed how Korean people are warm and showing the tongue. And that's today's Erkhembayar and Yonggang is thanks to all the Korean people, and really happy and honored to be here.
Right, Tong is something very unique to Korea. And do you have a particular era in Korean history or a historical figure that you really enjoy sharing your knowledge about to other foreigners?
Yes, the most I want to emphasize in the thing when I'm doing the foreign as a docent is the education. As we know that after Korean War, the country faced extreme poverty and the society was really difficult. But at that time, the Korean people pursued to receive an education. Why? Education is the best and the greatest national asset, and also education is a powerful tool to change one person's life. So looking at the modern and contemporary history of Korea, education makes the Korea more strong, powerful, and a top 10th country in the world.
Wow. I have to agree to that.
And I'm sure there are so many beautiful Korean sites in Korea. So as a docent or guide of Korean history, could you recommend 3 Korean sites for foreigners who are interested in Korean history to visit?
Yes, I would tell you that if one person really interested in Korean history, I would use the time machine. First of all, you should come to our Korean National Museum Korean Contemporary History, which you can see the modern Korean contemporary history, and also look the K-culture history. And then after visiting our museum, I recommend to go nearby our museum. There's a Gyeongbok Palace, which you can explore the Joseon Dynasty period. And finally, the National Museum of Korea, which is located in Yongsan. So our museum, Gyeongbok Palace, and National Museum of Korea, you can explore and learn deeply about the Korean culture, history, and Korean codes.
Wow. Great recommendation. And I noticed that earlier you mentioned that you worked really hard because you have a dream to realize in Korea. So may we ask you what that dream is?
Now I'm still in my 20s. I have really big dreams that I want to become a greatest role in the international role. Since I have 2 cultures, the Korean background and Mongolian culture, I want to become a huge, tremendous bridge between Korea and Mongolia, and also connecting Korea to the world. And also become a really successful natural Korean state that can connect Korea and all to the world. And not only that, but also I want to be a good role model to my next generation who will become as the same with me.
All right. Would you have maybe a final message that you would tell our viewers about maybe about asking them to visit your museum? You can do it in Korean as well. Let's hear a little bit about your Korean too.
Yes. Really, first of all, really thank you for coming. Thank you for inviting in this program. Really honored to be in program, and I want to say if you have a chance to visit Korea, you can have a really good opportunity and really good chance to listen to Korean history and culture in English. Not only English, but also if you come to our museum, you can listen to diverse language. So I really wait to see you all in our museum, and I wish all the best to our visitors to Korea.
And a short message in Korean?
네, 이 자리에 또 이렇게 초대해 주신 것에 정말 감사드리고 정말 영광이라고 생각합니다. 앞으로도 계속해서 열심히 노력하며 더욱 꾸준히 자라하며 한국과 몽골 그리고 세계를 잘 이어주는 그리고 이민자 성공적인 이민자로 잘 자라겠습니다.
Wow.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much for sharing your story with us, and also for your important role in spreading Korea's history to foreigners around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll try my best in the future.
Thanks. And thank you, Bella. As always, we're going to see you back soon.
Yes, I'll see you back soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.